Let's have a conversation about how old you were when someone made their first pass at you. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. And one of the things that I wanted to come on here and talk to you all about in light of everything is, if you could think back to the first time that someone flirted with you, tried to come on to you, or tried to make an inappropriate pass at you. How old were you when that first happened? And I guarantee you that a lot of us, whether you speak up or not, for most of us, and this is boys and girls, men and women, most of us were hit on when we were still in the single digit age. So ages 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So before we even got to adolescence, most of us had, either family members, friends of family, or even strangers that try to pick us up and date or have inappropriate relations with us. Most kids are usually hit on before they even know, like, what is flirting, what is hitting on, what is that even all about. And this could even range from people that are very close to them, it was like I said, such as family members, such as babysitters and whatnot. I can't tell you how many men that I've worked with over the years, or even been peers and colleagues with, that told me about having their first experience with their babysitter or their mother's friend, or a cousin, by the time they were age 8, and they thought it was completely normal. Or especially men who have been introduced to ladies of the night by their fathers or by their mothers in an attempt to make them a man, you know. And girls are usually hit on by, high schoolers or grown men, friends of the family, cousins, and so on and so forth. So it goes across both ages, and it's just something to really start to have a discussion about, like, when people are genuinely attracted to you and want to make advances towards you is when your frontal lobe, your brain, isn't even fully developed yet. This could be enticing for a child that never gets any attention or never gets any affection, or anything from their parents at home, or they want to feel special and cared for. Children who are left alone for long periods of time are especially vulnerable to this, or children who are made to become an adult way too fast by taking care of their parents, taking care of their siblings, running the household, managing finances, and so on and so forth. Other children who may be at risk for this kind of stuff are children who are in foster care, group homes, or children who are homeless, as well as those who are just plain naive and don't have any street smarts and things of that nature. So you just kind of talk to people. That's very much the type of kid I was. I was very naive, very much into the world of Barbies and books. And believe it or not, I grew up not having a lot of street smarts, and that was acquired over time. But just think about how old you were, and that never really slows down or stops from any child of any age. So it's not like this was a phenomenon that happened, back in the 80s and 90s and doesn't happen anymore. Oh no, this still is very much going on, and it happens every day. And if you think about it, also think about what was used to entice you into flirting or potentially going on a date with someone who was much, much older and who knew better. I remember, just as a little aside, I remember when I was in junior high and high school, I think another group that's especially vulnerable that nobody really talks about is the kids who play sports. Kids that are cheerleaders or on track and field or football and that kind of stuff. Coaches and things like that are always very handsy. I remember in high school, we always had a coach that was very handsy, tried to be cool with the kids, let them in his car and give them money and stuff like that. all kinds of stuff. And even still, even other girls I knew that were on the track team, they were dating men who were much older, who had cars and could come and take them home after track and cheerleading practice. I mean, these were grown men that weren't even in school anymore. And some of them stayed with these grown men until well out, I think one girl even got married, from what I recall, to her predator. But if you think about it, it's very normal for grown men and women to be sitting and watching kids after school, run track and play sports like that. And these aren't necessarily even parents, but sometimes parents are looking at other people that are on the field that are not their children. There's a good movie about this. It's a Lifetime movie. It's a movie called Lying Eyes. And I forget, one of the people who play the character was on my soap opera. That's why it stands out to me. But he was a, guy that went up to watch a girl play cheerleading practice. But there's a few movies like this on Lifetime as well. But I think offering money, offering a ride in your car, offering to buy you phone and give you a taste of freedom, take you out to eat, that's all part of grooming. Let's try something. I think you'll like it. That's all part of predatory grooming on both the behalf of men and women. But, just a thought that conversation that I'd like to explore with you all. How old were you when you were first hit on, flirted on, or enticed into a relationship? Hope that helps. Thanks so much. Take care.